What's up, guys? Welcome to The Abyss, where we talk about a bunch of random but fun topics.
Hey guys, so this is an interview that we're doing today, something different from the past three episodes. We want to enter into different territory with topics in this podcast, and today, for the first time, we are going to be interviewing someone in this episode. So, in today's interview, we are going to interview a Amazon employee, and his name goes by Tanner. Say hello to the crowd, Tanner.
Hi, diddly ho, crowd.
So, how this interview is going to work, we're going to be asking you a few questions about your current career at Amazon. I don't know what Cody's going to ask. I know what I'm going to ask, but we don't think we're going to spend too much time here. So, to start off, why don't you let everyone know what you do at Amazon?
Why, hello, chat. My name is Tanner, and I am a warehouse employee at the great big scam that known as Amazon.
We already know this is going to get interesting just because he brings up the word scam in his introduction. Oh,
It
this
very
will be
much
fun.
is so. Well,
All right.
I have had three separate titles at Amazon. One as line worker, process guide, and my current one is water spider.
Okay, so with that, before we get on to questions, are you doing just that current position right now, or do you switch between multiple positions?
I do that one as of right now, and I'm kind of currently stuck as that one right now.
All right. And before we get in, are you trying to get to a certain position?
Process guide again, but I
Okay.
highly doubt that's going to happen again because management and such.
All right. So now that we got our introductions away, I think it's time we start conducting the interview with Tanner, our wonderful Amazon employee, joining us tonight on The Abyss. I would say, Cody, you have some questions to ask Tanner. Once you're done, I'll ask my questions and then we can conclude. So, Cody, whenever you're ready, you can
Yeah,
start asking some
so
questions.
alright, so why did you want to work at Amazon?
I was just looking for work. One of the only opportunities for work, hire so they hire in quantity instead of quality. So I went in for the hiring process and they accept me. So that's pretty much it.
Alright, so it wasn't like you were looking for a while and just decided like, yeah, I really want to work at Amazon.
I saw the pay and I was like, you know what? That's good enough for me.
Alright,
It's
that's kind
funny
of dope.
because a lot of people working at some places are mainly there just because it pays a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
yeah. Hey, so what's something that you think people really assume about Amazon workers that's actually false?
That we are treated well. That is truly the number one misinformation that everyone has. If
Oh,
you
geez.
if you look up like Amazon employees and you go into news, there's so many articles that are like, oh, mistreatment, overheating, etc., etc. What is it? We are currently in the place we live is winter. Three weeks ago in the Amazon building, 4 people passed out of heat stroke.
Straight up passed out.
Yeah, passed out heat stroke, left in an ambulance.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's not the best working conditions. My current job, how I work, I'm walking. I walk 25 miles for my job each day. I do 40-hour weeks. And I work 10 hours a day. So
Oh,
I'm
40-hour weeks, 10 hours a day. So, like, you're only
yeah,
working for like 4 days.
yeah,
Huh, okay.
yeah. So
Right?
it's hot in there. It's 80 something or another. So it's I'm working up quite a sweat while I'm working.
So I'm
Yeah.
guessing that's more like, is it all in the warehouse that it goes down, or is it the different multiple buildings that you're in?
I'm since I've been hired, I've been in only one building. I can't speak for other buildings, but for the one that I'm in, it is total chaos. It truly is. I am always shocked of our 2-day shipping guarantee or something along the lines of that.
So
Right.
for that, with the overnight shipping and 2-day shipping and things like that, do
Yeah.
people rush a lot when they see orders for stuff like that, or how does that process work?
So the building is of there's at least people like scanning and processing stuff. There's at least like let me do some quick math in my head real quick. There's at least 1,400 people scanning stuff to process it.
Wow.
Is that like in
To
every warehouse or something, or is it over a span
no,
of different
our
locations?
so how the warehouses work is that there is the first level, which I'm at, is where we get everything in cost in max quantity. We break it down, sort it out, and then send it off to other buildings who will find specific who do more specific stuff. Like there's buildings for a little more hazardous material, like bug spray, like electronics, like batteries, and all that gets sent there. And there's like normal like clothing, food. So it's all separated for these, and then it goes to the packaging and then delivery.
All right.
It's
So
yeah.
yeah, that seems like a good process though, especially since Amazon's so big now. You know
What is
what?
it?
Like,
It's our our. But the thing is that how I'm always shocked is that we hardly send trucks out. It's we send a max of like we have at least like 150 truck doors, and we're only sending out maybe 40 trucks out a day.
wow.
Yeah, and
Would you say
the
that's a good uh, amount, or is that over or lower than you would expect?
it's always lower than I would ever expect because the buildings they run 24/7. The night
Okay.
shift is going on right now. What is it? There's
Yeah.
a good hour that the building's not running, but other than that, it's always constantly go.
Okay.
So what you're saying is the reason why some people's packages are late is because there's not enough drivers.
Yeah, that's most probably it.
You heard it
Yeah.
here, folks. Amazon is understaffed.
Yes, our almost probably like quarter or 1/15th of the American population in Amazon is understaffed.
All right. Hey, so I heard a rumor a while ago that there's some people that would occasionally steal items and things like that, and those are considered lost. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it happens. People steal stuff once in a while.
All
The
right.
they have private security running for them, so and like metal detectors. So if they get past it, it's probably not. They probably won't notice it to be too big because it's nothing like super noticeable that would probably get through. Like we get phones that come through, so if someone steals a phone, they probably could just claim it as theirs and they'll not think 2 cents of it, so it'll probably just go through. But
Yeah.
like the larger items that people try and sneak through, they'll notice. But it's like mostly the smaller stuff that you could probably hide in your pocket and all that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen someone steal something?
No, I've never.
All right.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you thought something differently before we started this interview.
Oh, I was 50-50.
He's like, hey, you know how stuff goes in lost and found and other stuff. I was wondering if my package was in there because I ordered that last week on the 2-day delivery,
It's
and
funny.
it
I
hasn't
Still
was
come
not
in
here.
yet.
Yeah, it was funny. I was joking with my sister, and I'm like, "Well, I hope your stuff's not late." And she's like, "How do you know that I have stuff?" I'm like, "Because I work for the system now." In reality, it was just a
You
total
know,
guest.
you know everything.
Yeah, now my sister texts me once in a while, "Hey, I'm expecting a package. Can you make sure it gets here?" I'm like, "I'm not. I don't make sure of that. I don't know."
Funny when people hear the words that you're an Amazon employee, they immediately think that you're in charge of packages getting to destinations.
That is like the very last step, and that's the funny enough. That's where the least amount of people are.
Really
Yeah, the where most people
ironic.
are is the warehouses that I'm in, and like the lowest amount are like just the delivery drivers and like the people putting the packages in the truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the building I work, there's at least probably at least 2,000 people in there.
Huh.
Yeah,
Hey, so what was your craziest moment so far working at Amazon?
the robot rise up.
Oh
This is
shoot.
this is probably what you're gonna animate.
This is where we're gonna oh yeah, I'm probably gonna make a short on this. Speaking of which,
So,
there's an animated short on my channel, the 2000 nostalgia episodes. If you want to go check that out, links in the description.
so I was water spidering the one day, and I was going back and forth, and I see maintenance working on one of the robot arms. I'm like, wow, I've never seen it like not work. I'm like, I wonder what's wrong with it. And then as I'm turning around, I see them testing it, and it's going slow, slow, slow. I'm like, huh. It's weird seeing it go. Oh my goodness, he just flew 5 feet because the robot just punched him.
What?
The robot punched him. I was like, oh no, it's the robot revolution. They're rising up. They're gonna fight us for our jobs. I was, and I mean, it
Straight
it
up.
it it, it threw him far. Like it threw him like 5 feet. I was like, ooh, he was knocked out as well. I was like,
So
Oh
what
shoot.
happened with that
yeah.
robot?
Oh, they just shut it down, and then they kept working on it until it worked properly.
All right.
It's funny enough that they gave the robots like famous robot names. That one's R2D2.
Oh.
And
They giving them names now?
Yeah, was
See,
it? We have
robots
six.
already punching people and then they're like, "All right. This one looks like an R2D2. Let's call him R2D2. The dude just punched Jim."
Yeah, most pretty much. Was it? We have R2D2, BB8, Wally. Uh, I think one. I think the some of them are named after like one's Dalek after like the Doctor Who. I
yeah.
forgot the other two
Oh.
names.
Okay.
One's probably like C3PO and all that.
All right.
Wow.
That's dope.
Yeah, yeah. The robot revolution is dope.
Bro,
And
next
I
thing you
think
know, when
that's
Elon Musk says he wants to buy Amazon, he's going to replace all the employees with those Tesla bots that he's prototyping.
It's funny enough. Actually, this is funny enough that we do not have one of those Tesla rechargers in our building. We It's funny. We have the space. We have a Bezos's space program brand instead.
What's it called?
I could not tell you. They own so many things. We own MGM Grand. Uh,
Amazon owns MGM Grand.
they own the MGM brand now. Because what was it? Earlier this year, when it was like during the Olympics and ah the when the ship blocked the canalway for all
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah, like that area that time. They bought MGM.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty big money. It's like $40 billion. And funny enough, oh, we spent way too much money and not enough stuff's getting in, and it's the Olympics, so China's not sending us products. So we're like, we need to save money. Let's have all of our employees not work and not pay them for working. There was literally a month of people not working their full shifts and us not getting paid our full amount.
And they're wondering why they had issues with making money.
The, well, that wasn't the well. They were like, well, we have too many people in the building and we can't pay them because we don't have enough work coming in. So we need to make sure that there's work coming in and not
Yeah.
have to pay all these people. It was annoying.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions I have for right now.
Really?
So, yeah.
That answer some without you even having to ask.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's how some interviews go. You just ask questions, and then you have like three other questions you want to ask, but the other questions you asked before were already answered. So I guess we shall proceed with this discussion.
So
All right, yeah, Cody, that's all your questions.
Yeah. So, do you
Okay,
have any?
yeah.
All right.
So I was wondering, one of the questions I had was on a normal day to day, like normal day shift. Um, what is there to expect usually from someone of your tier in the biz, where like how much you'd interact with people, what you would do as I forgot what was it? What was your current
a water
position?
spider.
Yeah. What would be the typical expectations every day to see from your position as like interacting with people? Like you said, you walk a lot of miles every day. So like, what kind of stuff would be expected on a normal shift?
So expect shift is everyone coming in and just getting to work as fast as possible. Uh, with me, I'm kind of I don't get people don't talk to me a lot because I'm told to do one thing and I'm expected to do that one thing the whole day. That's kind of how most positions are. So if you're a line worker, you get told to take stuff off the line, scan them, and send them down a different line, or take stuff off the trucks and put them on another line. It's brain dead simple for a lot of people.
Okay,
What I
so
do is I go and grab these things that they're called totes. They're they're like a they're like 2.5 feet wide, like 2 feet high, and it's the main container that Amazon wants to use because they can fit a bunch of stuff in them and they have barcodes to scan so you can know what's in them or what's supposed to be in them. We get those empty off trucks and my job is to go get them from where the truck is and bring them back to my specific area.
huh,
It's kind of what I do for 10 hours a day.
just the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
When it so I mean, okay, so this next question is more of a subjective, has more of a subjective answer. There's really no right or wrong. But if you're told to do one thing for the whole shift, like how you just explained, would the shifts at times feel quicker or longer depending on the mood?
It kind of depends. It
Because
really
like you
does.
work
Like,
10 hours.
yeah, what is it? Was it whenever I'm told to do like something new? the time kind of goes by faster because I'm not used to it, and it's like, oh, something new to learn and all that.
Okay.
But like when I'm doing wire spidering, it still kind of goes by fast because I it I kind of like turn my brain off and just kind of go back and forth because there's times where I like space out enough to where it's just muscle memory at that point. I'm like,
Okay.
oh wow, it's break time already.
So
Or
you would say at times it would kind of go faster
yeah,
because you're
or
used to everything.
yeah, or if there aren't like totes, like getting off the truck fast enough, and we're just kind of standing there. Just I'm on my phone on TikTok, just scrolling because there's nothing to do. So time's going by fast.
All right. Hey, think it that way. You're basically getting paid just by looking at TikTok.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I'm getting paid $18 an hour just to sit on my butt, scroll
Yo,
through TikTok.
you're both hyping up the job and talking about how horrible it is at the same time.
Yeah,
The Yeah, because I have spoken with Tanner before multiple times about his job at Amazon, and like every time I spoke with him, he always had something different to bring to the table about his experience at Amazon.
I've I've been there 2 years, so two
Some
years
people,
of
people who watch this video, they're like amateur.
yeah.
I've
I was
been
gonna
there ever since like they put the building there. Back in my day, they did not have machines picking up, moving things all over the
it's always
place.
so
It was
funny
real
because
people.
it's so funny because there's heavy favoritism at Amazon. There really is.
I
So
would
there's
expect so. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna say this. It might sound a little bad, but it's completely true. It really is. You get promoted or you get favoritism if it's one of two things. One, you're super best buddies with the managers. It's kind of all you do is just talk to them, get buddy buddy with them. You get lunch for them, or they get lunch for you. You just talk to them, or or you are a someone of the woman gender and you are attractive. That's literally how it works. Because there's people who've been there less than I have, and they get promoted in like a snap because they're either super buddy buddy or they're a female.
Wow.
Yep.
I can okay. That can already say a. I can already think a few things just about the manager just off of that second point. I'm like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
dude, probably hitting on some ladies in on shift.
Yeah. The funny thing is that the ladies also know, and they're using them as well to get the better positions.
That's just cruel.
It's
So what you're saying
cruel
is,
irony.
so what you're saying is the higher up people are just simps,
Yeah, that's essentially what they are.
right?
Or they're elderly people.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. It's elderly people promoting these girls who are in their early 20s or early 30s.
Gosh.
yeah,
Yep.
Nah.
that's
Oh.
Yeah.
And would that be and is this like and I'm guessing this is something that is from your specific uh place of work, building. Um I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to like other places around um the world in Amazon.
It's kind of it. I have I talked to people who've been from other buildings, and they said, yeah, it's all just the same. People getting promoted like that and all. Because how I became a process guide or a PG is I got super friendly and buddy buddy with the managers, and the other process guys to where I got that promotion.
All right, so
It's it's super true.
two I got two more questions.
Ask away.
So the first one obviously is just popped up after you talking about just relationships in the biz. Where would you rank yourself among the staff that would be more like? Would you be more on the favorited side or more of the less favored side?
I'm on kind of the less favorable side now because all the managers I've been buddy buddy with, they've gotten transferred out. But I'm also they don't the other managers don't like talking to me because before like I'm I'm kind of I'm more of a I'm super quiet and I always have I don't know, people just don't like talking to me and they're always too scared to talk to me because it's I don't care and I get to take my longer breaks, so I'm fine with it. I
Just
truly
that's
am.
just a good. I think that's just a good attribute just for people in general. It's like just not giving an F and just dealing with it and learning to
Yeah.
not be soft and like I mean, because I know you like we've known each other for years. Like
Yeah.
you don't really like you're not one to give an F.
I don't, and some of the managers they just don't want to go up to me and talk to me or tell me that oh hey you need to go back to work. I'll They just don't,
Okay,
and I'm fine with that, and I'll just go and be on my break for an extra 10 minutes.
right up.
Yeah.
Um, I got okay. So I got one more question.
All right.
So among like your 2 years of work, from like when you got hired to now, and I'm like, do you work there tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to work tomorrow.
Okay. So from when you were hired to now, what would you say was the best, um, let's say, era period of employment that you were? And would you go back to, um, let's say, let's say one time you were like part of lines, product lines, and there's just some great stuff that happened there. Would you go back to it to make that your real job? And would you look forward to maybe attempting to be promoted?
Uh, Line worker. I never liked being a line worker. You always had to meet quotas and all that, and I was I didn't like doing that because I'm like I'm not gonna be rushed to do this. Uh, PG. I'd love to be a PG again. The days always went by super fast, and Grand, I always had to clock in half an hour early and half an hour later, but it was an extra hour underneath my belt, so got paid a little more. And Water Spider, I don't hate Water Spider, but I don't love it, but I'd rather be doing that than on the lines. I really would.
You would say PG is your favorite spot?
PG was my best spot because I was technically a manager, kinda. It's one of those. It's like a supervisor, but you don't get the manager pay.
Okay.
Like telling people where to do or how to do stuff or
So
making sure it works.
overall, do you think it's a job? So say you had never worked there. Is it something that if you knew what it was like, you would have still worked there?
I'd still work there. The pay is pretty good and you get a raise every 6 months, but economy
Oh,
and such, you and how they like to say, oh, com- we love to have competitive pay. So you get raises a little more often than that.
okay. All right. That is my questions. I'd say one thing that we can do to finish off this episode of The Abyss. Tanner, you telling the people who watch this podcast what um what would you say about this job working for Amazon? Is it something you would recommend people to look into some more if someone's like going around uh, looking at jobs to get hired somewhere? Would you recommend looking more into Amazon?
If you are just looking to get work in general, I say yeah, get Amazon. They have a lot of benefits and such that you can have. If you're in school, you can request to not go in one day and still get paid a full week. It's it they it's true what they say. They are what is it? They're very diverse in hiring. They don't really care what you have underneath you if you're a convict or anything. They'll hire you no matter what. But if you are used to like decent jobs and all that and you want to just try something new, I wouldn't recommend it here. Not because right now there's a bunch of people at Amazon right now talking about unionizing because that's kind of how bad it is. So if
Ooh,
you are just looking to get work and or a first time hire, Amazon. But if you've been to other jobs before, I say stick with your current job or look elsewhere.
All right, all right. Not bad, not bad. What and last before we finish off, what kind of grade would you give this Amazon job that you have? I'm talking about the current one you have, the water spider.
Uh,
Like from like F minus being the worst, or like A plus being within that.
I give it a solid B.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's got its up and downs, but
Well, so does every job.
yeah, yeah, that is true. Every job has its ups and downs, but being a water spider, it's definitely a good way to get your cardio in. I can tell you that much.
Right. Well,
I, arm day, never heard of it. I'm always doing leg day.
like that meme where this dude just looks normal from waist up, but he gets out of the car, his legs are just ripped. And
Yeah,
it's
pretty
like, oh, you
much.
don't want to mess with a guy that just walks up to you. His legs are absolutely ripped. He about to do some like taekwondo kind of stuff. You mess with him.
Yeah, I got pretty good leg muscles because I'm I'm using a pallet jack and I'm hauling 300 pounds back and forth all day.
Oh my.
Yep.
Well, I would say, let's see how long we've been going. Yeah, we've been going for like a good 30 so minutes now. That's kind of what
yeah.
we've been going for the episode. Well,
All right.
I mean, I think we good to finish off here. If you all like this kind of interview shenanigans we're doing on the Abyss, leave a like. Let us know what kind of other interviews we can attempt to pull together. We have other interviews that we want to do in the future, in the near future. But then again, we'll also be looking to do some other typical random conversation in the future. But just to let you guys know, interviews are starting to become a thing with our podcast, and we thought it'd be good to start up this series here. Also, guys, if you're new, subscribe, hit the bell for you to be notified when we post up a new video. We're also looking to do some extra original content for you guys to enjoy, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. So I honestly don't know what to say. To start.
Jeremiah's got his intros and outros.
Of course. Yeah. All
Just let
right.
just let Jeremiah do the intros and outros from now on, I guess.
Of course.
Cody,
Yeah.
Cody got the Hey, Cody got the intros.
Yeah.
Cody's good with intros. I'm good with outros. Not so much with intros. I don't like to be the first one, but hey. All right,
And
guys.
I'm here for the content.
Yeah. Don't think that this is the only time you'll hear from Tanner. We'll probably be bringing him back on board later.
I'm
I
mostly
know
going to be
that
talking about tabletop games. I know that for a
I
fact.
know that Tanner plays Warhammer. So I'm thinking we have an episode where we play some Warhammer.
I
Just want to
can.
know more about Warhammer, honestly.
Well, we can learn about it and play it at the same time.
We
All
can straight
right.
up do an episode where we hang out with Tanner. He teaches us Warhammer. So if you guys want to see some Warhammer in the future, let us know. Other than that, that has been the episode of The Abyss interviewing Amazon employee. Hope you guys enjoyed. Um, yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on The Abyss.
All right. See you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.